Welcome to the Deep Dive, listeners. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into a high-stakes investigation.
Yeah, we're going to unpack a story, a cautionary tale, really, about the importance of due diligence, even when, on the surface, everything looks like a sure win.
And this one comes from the vault of industry veteran Alan Smithy.
Yeah, it's got all the classic elements of, a business thriller.
It does.
We got a potentially game-changing invention, big egos,
Yeah,
and a whole lot of skepticism.
it's a wild ride. So this story, it kicks off with a company called Acme Inventors.
Okay.
And Acme, I mean, they weren't some, fly-by-night operation. They had a decent track record, but they had this new machine. And this machine, it had the potential to, totally revolutionize the retail industry.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about like increased efficiency, reduced costs,
Yeah.
right? Like the kind of innovation that retailers, they dream about this.
Exactly.
That-
So imagine you're the president of a successful store fixtures company,
Oops.
and you see this machine, you hear the buzz, you're like, I got to get in on this. So he decides to bring in a trusted advisor to help him navigate, this potential investment.
And it's important to note, right, that this advisor, this is not some random consultant.
Yeah.
This is a respected veteran in the retail sector, known for his sharp instincts.
Oh, yeah, they called him Mr. Trusted Advisor.
Fair.
So we've got this promising invention, a company with a seemingly solid foundation, and then
Yeah.
you've got the experienced client and a sought-after advisor.
All right, so you're thinking this is a slam dunk, right? This is a sure thing.
It's a slam dunk.
Yeah.
But this is where our due diligence detective, Alan Smithy, he enters the picture.
Oh, okay.
And Smithy had this incredible ability to approach every opportunity, every single one, with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Yeah, she always says respect everyone, be intimidated by no one.
Right. But it doesn't mean that he's dismissive or disrespectful. It's more about understanding that just because someone has credentials, they're really passionate, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're infallible.
Exactly. And as we'll see, that skepticism, that's what allows Smithy to see what others miss.
Because they're blinded by the hype, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the stage is set, the big reveal, the demo, the room is packed, anticipation is high, all eyes are on Acme's groundbreaking machine, and it does not disappoint. The demo goes off without a hitch.
Wow.
The machine is humming along, flawlessly performing its tasks like a symphony of efficiency. Even Smithy, with his inherent skepticism, had to acknowledge it was pretty impressive.
Wow. Okay, so everyone's probably pretty excited at this point.
Oh, totally.
But what's going through Smithy's mind here?
Well, he's watching this and he's thinking, was that too perfect?
Hmm.
He's seen enough to know that real-world scenarios, they're rarely as smooth and predictable as a staged presentation.
Right, of course. Real life throws curveballs.
Exactly. So while everyone else is, celebrating what seems like a surefire win, Smithy, he requests something that changes the course of this whole deal. He asks to put the machine through its paces, for real.
Outside of the controlled environment of the demo.
Exactly.
So last time, listeners, we left off with our due diligence detective, Alan Smithy.
Oh, yeah, he had just thrown kind of like a wrench in the works
Right.
by requesting to really test this machine.
He wants to see how it does outside of that pristine demo environment.
Right, because those carefully orchestrated presentations, they don't always show you the full picture.
Exactly. Anyone who's ever bought anything based on an infomercial knows that.
Exactly.
So Smitty, he gets down to business and designs, these tests to see how this machine handles the real world. Think unpredictable workflows, different product sizes, all that chaos you'd see on a busy day in retail.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Got to make sure it can handle the Black Friday rush.
Exactly. And you know what? Cracks start to appear, not literally, of course, but the machine, that flawless performance from the demo, gone.
Oh, no. What happened?
So it turns out there's this design flaw, and it means the machine malfunctions a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I can't tell the difference between, say, a shoebox and a big shopping basket.
Oof, that's not good. All those promises of efficiency.
Out the window. Yeah. Imagine the delays, the customer complaints, the lost revenue. It'd be a disaster waiting to happen.
So what happens? Do they try to fix the flaw?
Well, you would think, right.
Yeah.
Remember Mr. Pocket Protector, the inventor. Let's just say he wasn't exactly open to criticism.
Oh, no. He was the Steve Jobs meets caffeinated squirrel guy, right?
That's him. Apparently, Smithy's calm demeanor was put to the test.
You're telling me this guy wasn't exactly embracing the respect everyone approach?
Not so much. He saw any little question, any tiny challenge as a personal attack. He was more interested in saving face than saving the project.
Wow, that's a shame.
It is. And you know what's worse? Mr. Trusted Advisor, he was there for some of those blow-ups.
Oh, no. Talk about awkward. He was probably thinking, get me out of here.
Right. And I hate to say it, but Smithy thought it really changed how the trusted advisor acted. Like, he was almost afraid to speak up after that, even when he saw problems.
He was intimidated by this pocket protector character.
Exactly. And I get it. Big money is on the line. Everyone's looking for this big win. But still.
You got to respect everyone, be intimidated by no one, right?
Yeah.
Like Smithy always says.
Absolutely. And that's what made the difference here.
So where did we leave off? Oh, yeah. Mr. Pocket Protector was so focused on that trade show.
Right. Like, it was going to be his big vindication.
Totally. He was going to show everyone, prove them all wrong.
Even though, those flaws were still there.
And did he at least try to, fix them?
Well, he did manage to get funding from someone else.
Really? Someone else was willing to invest after all that.
Yep. Seems like they got caught up in the excitement of it all, That initial demo, Pocket Protector's big personality, they didn't do their due diligence.
Wow. They forgot the respect everyone, be intimidated by no one rule.
Big time. So anyway, the machine gets built, shipped off to the trade show, big reveal time, and what do you know?
Don't tell me.
What?
It worked perfectly.
Flawlessly. Lights, music, the whole shebang. They even had a smoke machine, I think.
Oh, brother. But we know how this goes. Real life isn't a trade show floor.
And sure enough, a few months later, guess what starts happening?
The machine starts acting up.
Malfunctions, delays, the whole 9 yards. Just like Smithy said it would.
All those warning signs they ignored.
And it makes you think, right, if that investor had just taken a step back, not been so swayed by everything, maybe they wouldn't have made that mistake.
It's like Smithy always says, respect everyone, be intimidated by no one. It's not just about, making money. It's about trusting your gut, asking questions, even when it's uncomfortable, not letting someone's ego or reputation scare you off.
Exactly. Because sometimes the shiniest things are covering up the biggest flaws.
It's a good reminder for all of us, I think.
It really is. So next time you're facing a big decision, remember Alan Smithy. Don't be afraid to dig a little deeper, ask those tough questions, and most importantly, trust your instincts.
And on that note, listeners, we'll say goodbye for now. Until next time, happy investigating.